The awesome power of electricity is a force to be reckoned with. Just ask these guys out for a ride in their hot air balloon. The crew barely survived the 100,000-volt shock. Or the men on this soccer team who lived through the terror of being knocked to the ground by a lightning bolt with 9 times the force. But that doesn't faze this man of faith. He takes his life into his own hands each time he steps onto this platform, allowing 1 million volts of electricity to surge through his body. Can the human body survive this megavolt jolt?
Speaking of power,
Dean Ortner is a scientist turned spiritual motivator.
it just makes me appreciate the laws of physics, that they consistently work every time.
Dean's demonstration is done to show that when the laws of nature are followed, the electric current can flow through Dean's body without harming him.
All that power, even though it's a tremendous amount of power, it goes right through me. It has no effect on me.
If the voltage was tuned to a different frequency, Dean would be killed instantly. The point of the dangerous demonstration is to vividly illustrate the concept of being in tune with the power of faith.
It's basically in God's hands.
That's why his family supports his unusual vocation, even though he could easily die on the job.
That's just part of the risk. You know, I am concerned about it, but I know that as long as the Lord wants him to do it, he'll have to take care of him.
Dean will never forget the first time he attempted the heart-stopping demo. That was when the original million-volt man decided it was time to pass the torch to a younger man.
He took me over into the auditorium, and he said, "You see that drum over there? I want you to get up on there, grit your teeth, hold onto this board, and yell fire, and we'll take you for a ride." And he sure did.
When Dean takes the stage to begin his demonstration, the audience goes silent. First, he tests the equipment and gives the audience a taste of what's to come. When the moment of truth arrives, Dean steps onto the pedestal. To rev up enough power, an electric current is sent through a resonator, then into a transformer until it's charged up to 1 million volts. That's enough force to electrocute everyone in the room. Dean is barefoot, so that he has direct contact with the metal plate that will send the deadly charge up through his body. When all is clear, the human lightning rod gives the command. Fire! The electric energy is released into the wooden board that Dean holds in his right hand. If he lets go, even for a split second, his arm will catch fire. The audience is stunned. Other than a few burnt fingertips, Dean amazingly walks away without injury.
So we use the board to dump the heat energy, and when I move my hand away from the board and wave it into the air, of course the sparks are coming out of my fingers, and that gets hot, and I will get a little burn there, but that's from the heat, not from the electricity.
But things don't always go smoothly. During a previous performance, a short circuit in a coil knocked Dean into a wall, and he broke his wrist.
I knew electricity could kill you, and it sounds terrible. It's a very horrible sound of this ripping of the air as the lightning bolts rip the air apart.
It was just the most incredible thing I've ever seen. I always thought if a lot of electricity went through your body, you just would die from it.
When you see a person taking that step of faith, you realize that something supernatural has happened here.